Hi, I'm Jennifer Frazier, President of the Creative Stable. First, I want to wish all of you a safe and happy 4th of July. I hope you spend it near a barbecue, at a pool, or a beach, and see some great fireworks with your friends and family. This week on The Big Idea, I want to talk to you about testimonials versus case studies. Many of us have used testimonials in the past. I have them on my website. You probably have them on yours. Testimonials are fine, but I think everyone expects them to be very glowing. Of course, we wouldn't use a bad one. But when you compare them to case studies, there's something much more compelling about a case study. Case studies involve me interviewing one of your clients, spending 15-20 minutes with them and finding out what led them to you, what led them to use your product or service. A good case in point is my client Tracy Clary at Connection Point Coaching. She's a life and business coach who practices muscle testing and other kinesthetic psychology to help people overcome blocks in their subconscious. When I started interviewing her clients, I saw a really interesting pattern emerge, one that showed an absolute 180 from the problems that they were facing and outcomes that they could never really think were attainable before they met her. Case in point is a young sports chiropractor named Annie. Annie had a subconscious block to becoming pregnant. She'd been told by her OBGYN that there was a 0% chance of her getting pregnant using her own eggs. So she was looking at this huge in vitro fertilization process, very expensive, can be very painful, very long and drawn out and very emotional. So she decided to go seek the help of Tracy to see if there maybe wasn't some block in her subconscious that she couldn't overcome and maybe become pregnant. Guess what? After 2 visits, she became pregnant. And today she has a healthy, happy baby. That is worth so much more for Tracy's business than a quote like, for instance, she said, "It's a combination of vast knowledge and her intuitiveness that makes Tracy so special." Well, that's okay, and that's a beautiful thing to say. But when you understand the background behind it, it becomes even more powerful. Another case in point with one of Tracy's clients is a gentleman that we call Jack. Jack was a former fighter pilot, a man very much used to being in control of himself and his environment. After going through a very nasty divorce, he thought that he needed to go talk to somebody. He sought out Tracy and her phone number, wrote it down on a piece of paper, set it on the bedside, and that's where it sat for a full year. At the end of that year, he was at the end of his rope, contemplating suicide even, and decided that he really needed to seek some help. So he sought Tracy out. He had some sessions with her, and after about a year of therapy with Tracy, he decided to become a life coach himself. The experience was so life-changing for him that he decided he wanted to share that with others. He learned how to do muscle testing. He got all of his certifications, and now he travels the United States as a certified business and life coach. And he's happier than he's ever been. Tracy helped him work through those blocks that were in his subconscious that made him feel like he had to be in control of everything around him, and she made him understand that some things in life just can't be controlled. Some of the quotes that he gave me that day were that Tracy was one of the 5 top most influential women in his life. That's huge. And that quote would be okay, but it's so much stronger knowing what Jack went through to get to that point. So if you don't have any case studies on your website, or you haven't gathered any that you can put on a piece of paper and use as a new business tool, you may want to consider it. And remember to have a candid conversation with these people. It doesn't have to be all glowing. It just has to be all real. And when you see that the outcomes are as powerful as they are, I think that you'll notice that it's a really, really great way to show people what you can do, how you can change someone's life, how your product or service makes their life better or easier. So that's my tip for this week's Big Idea. Again, I hope you have a great 4th of July, and we'll talk to you soon. Until next time.